Hi, I'm Richard, I'm the owner of Aim for Fitness and welcome to my 20-minute indoor cycle challenge. Doesn't matter what setup you've got, indoor cycle, Zwift, turbo trainer, Peloton, we're still going to be able to go through this challenge. My aim is to take us for 20 minutes and to hit either 6.35 miles or 10 kilometres. So don't worry whichever one your bike registers in, I'll give you a shout out about where I am in miles and you can have a check what that equates to on your readings. We're going to be looking to do 2 seated sections and 2 standing sections. In the seated sections we want to aim for 110 RPM with a medium gear, so you do want some resistance. You shouldn't just be spinning around really fast, you want to have some resistance, put some power into it, but 110 RPM is what we're aiming for. And when we stand, we're looking for some heavy resistance. You really want to be pushing down onto those pedals, feeling it in your thighs, and having to work hard. And that should be looking at about 70 RPM. This is doable. Don't worry if you don't hit the mark of either 6.35 miles or 10 kilometres in the 20 minutes. That's the point, that's the challenge. That's why it's such a great little exercise to do. If you do hit it, fantastic. If you finish before, no problem. Then you challenge yourself. Up the gearing when you're seated, up the gearing when you're standing, and see if you can still achieve that time or even beat it. Great thing about this is the only person you're challenging is yourself. Like I say, we've all got different setups. You get to know your gearing, what's medium, what's high, and you can play around with it. Okay, so I'm sure you know how to get your bike set up. We're just going to go straight into it. So right from the off, I'm just going to give us a countdown. And we'll be going, I'll keep going to 20 minutes, so even if I beat the 20 minutes, which isn't guaranteed, I'll still keep going up until the 20 minutes so that everybody gets that benchmark time and distance. Okay, alright, off we go, and pedalling, and straight away, ramp up, that gearing, I think I've put about 14 on there, and I'm hitting 112 RPM, so straight into it. We're going to be going at this distance now for 3 miles, okay? So 3 miles, I'll tell you when the 3-mile marker hits on my dashboard. If you're in kilometres, just have a look down and see what that's close to for you, so you can remember for next time. On my Facebook page, I have put the markers down fairly close, so you can have an idea of how many kilometres you should be doing, but I'll shout it out in miles for you. Okay, so my RPM just dropped a little bit there as I was talking. Back up over 110. That little surge of energy and adrenaline. Just waiting for my breathing to calm down. Trying to keep my top body as still as possible. Find a comfortable position on your bars. All the work now should be coming through your big muscles in your quads. Get your breathing under control. There we go. There we go. 111, 112. That'll do. Going. So it's a nice little test here of speed and endurance, because when we get standing, you'll see the difference. It's a great little challenge, because right up to the end, you're not always sure you're going to make it. There we go. I know what it's like when you have pieces of kit around at home. Sometimes you can look at them and think, oh God, have I really got time to get on that, do an exercise, do a workout? In between the meetings you're having, homeschooling, all the other challenges. The great thing about this is, you know that 20 minutes, you're done. Still not got my breathing under control. There we go. Try and stay nice and high on the bars for this bit. We'll be a lot more upper body work when we get into the standing sections. So our first mile done. Let's have a little look down, those of you in kilometres. We've just hit a mile, you should be about 1.6. An uneven floor there. talking about. So we're only 3 minutes into the challenge. Don't worry if you still feel a little bit like you're hyperventilating, it will calm down. Concentrate on your breathing, on your rhythm. Couple of deep breaths in. Hold. Start to count things down. So don't worry when you first watch this, you don't hit all your gearing markers, all your distance markers. The beauty of this is you can come back and repeat it. And the only person you're challenging is yourself every time. Increase your gears, either just on the seated or just on the standing bit, or increase them across the range. Up your RPM targets. And of course, you do beat the 20 minutes, look to beat the time. Okay. Coming up to our second mile. 1 more mile to go seated. Oh, there we go. Oh, and that's 5 minutes as well. Alright. The horrible part of this challenge is the clock. It just never stops. You never feel like it's in your favour. It always looks like it's going to get away from you. But I promise you, keep working at it, you'll get on top of the clock as well. Not a gimme this, not straightforward this challenge. Especially if you're honest with yourself around the gearings and the RPMs. Yeah, it should feel challenging. It should feel like you're always on edge, especially as we get closer and closer. Not usually a big one for watching readouts, but this is a great little challenge for that. Which has an extra level of pressure, of challenge. And if you are new to indoor cycling, or new to timings when you're doing exercising, it's a great little way of learning the impact of time, effort, RPMs. What does it take to get you where you want to be? Okay. Coming up to 2.2 3/4 miles now. And the clock's ticking towards 7 minutes. 7 minutes! Where's it gone? And we're not halfway. This is not a gimme. It's a great challenge. 7 minutes. You will see my face change as we get closer and closer, as I get more anxious that I'm not going to do it. Those of you who know me, either directly from the gym or through the social media aspect, will know how competitive I am. If I've set myself a challenge, not achieving it, it's just something that will drive me insane. Okay, 3 miles, here we go. Up we go. So, what you're looking for here is to get nice and high. Don't crowd over your handlebars, the cockpit. Stay nice and high. Using your elbows, the shock absorbers. Swing side to side. You might find the point point of your seat. Give you a little tap on the bottom of your butt cheeks as you go from side to side. That's good. That's good. So we're looking for 70 RPM. We're going to be going for 1.5 miles. Oh, I think I put one extra gear on there, but it's too fast. God. Okay, I'm hitting 72. That's good, that's good. Need to relax now. Get into the rhythm, lose your mind somewhere. Picture you're going up a fantastic hill somewhere in the world. It will happen again one day. Woo. There we go. Toes slightly pointed down, so you've got the angle of pressure on the downward stroke, and then bring that pedal all the way around. Should feel nice this. When I'm outdoors, in the hills in Yorkshire, I often use standing up as a way to just refresh myself. Change of angles, slightly different muscles being used, great wave of energy, oxygen around my blood. Okay, that's 3.5 miles. That's half a mile stood up. Check how you're doing with your KMs, if that's what your readout shows. $73, that'll do. Should keep me in the zone. I've definitely got one gear too many there. 10 minutes, halfway. Oh, and we're only just over halfway in distance. This is where your brain starts to wonder if you're going to do it. Because you've slowed right down. You're doing between 40 and 50 RPM less. And you're going to be here for another 3/4 mile before you can get back on it when you're seated. Ooh. It's 11 minutes. 4 miles. Half a mile to go, stood up. Come on. Stay on top of that 70 RPM. It'll pay you back for the last 2 sections, I promise you. Always try and stay ahead. Catching up's hard. You'll have used up so much energy. Whew. Oh. I hate clock watching. Oh man. When it messes with your head. Gonna hit 12 minutes. Where is this time going? $12 minutes and 300 yards left standing. Oh. Lactic's really building up in my quads now and in my calf. Can't wait to get sat down and release. Come on, 200 yards. Come on, hope you're with me. Hope your timings and distance are looking better than mine. 100 yards. Come on. 18 minutes, but down. Oh, almost done. Oh. Find that gear again, you were in at least no lower than the gear you were in when you were sat down before. 4.5 miles in. You guys will be up around 8k now. Somewhere close. This is it now, final 2 stages. 1.5 miles of seated, and then 600 yards back on stood up, which will make all the difference. RPM, 111, good. We're getting it under control again. What you probably find is you start hitting a slightly higher RPM on this seated section. You've been putting so much in on the standing section. When you sit down, suddenly you've got extra energy. Like I say, when I'm out riding on the road, around the hills, it's a great way of revitalising your muscles. Change the angles that you use, change the muscles that you use, and then release with the seated position. Yeah, 113, yeah, above it now. Just broken 5 miles. $800 yards to go before we get back stood up. And we're just coming up to 15 minutes. Oh, I hate this. 5 minutes to do just over a mile now. 1 mile left. Of course that sounds easy. But don't forget, 2/3 of it's going to be standing with that heavy gear on. Don't cheat on the gears. Go at least to the gear you had. That's the beauty of this game. Half a mile to go, seated. And 4 minutes 30. Told you my face has changed, my anxiousness changes. My RPM's up 113, 14 now. I feel my shoulders, you can probably see it on the video, tensing up. Need to relax. Tense up, I start to feel these tighten and cramp. No good to me when I'm standing up. Need to trust the power I'm putting through the pedals, trust the speedo is telling me the right readings, and I should be okay. A couple of 100 yards before we stand for the final time. We're at 16 minutes 20. 3.5 minutes left. And we're still not into the final 600 yards. Final kilometre for you guys. On the metric bikes. Okay, up we go. There we go. Here we go. That's 6 miles. 16:43. Come on. At least 70 RPM. At least the same gear you were in. It'll feel good for the first 45 seconds, a minute, and then this is going to hurt. Oh. Yeah, my technique's got a pop now. I'm cramped up over the cockpit. I need to stay tall. Get as much air into my lungs. Don't want to cramp my chest cavity. Nearly there. Yes, looks like we're going to beat it. We're to 18 minutes. 100 yards to go. There's 18 minutes. Oh, yes, done. I'm going to carry on though. 18 minutes and 3. I got to it in. I'm going to carry on to 20 minutes. For you guys that are still going, so you get your bench back. Keep going, keep going. Doesn't matter. It just gives you that final figure. Something to target going forward. Don't worry if you've not done it this time. That's the beauty. Makes you want to come back. Don't let it beat you. We're at 6.6 miles now. And we're just going up to 19 minutes. Here we go, last minute. Doesn't matter where you are, whatever you get. If you haven't done the 10k, if you haven't done the 6.3 miles, just take that as your starter. 45 seconds, come on, come on. I might get 7k out of this, maybe. Maybe not. 6.9 now. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Finish. Wind your resistance down and just spin it out. Fantastic. 7k now. Whew. If you did get to 6.3 miles or 10k inside the 20 minutes and you were doing some serious gearing, chapeau, hats off. That's a tough challenge. But it's 20 minutes and it's done. It flies by. If you just got through the full 20 minutes but didn't hit either of those 2 distance targets, no problem. You've now got yourself a target. You've got yourself a benchmark. You've got a reason to get back on your bike. Not just have it sitting there, gathering dust, or as a clothes hanger. Please, 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 you can get hold of the videos from the training resources tab on my website, or I always put them on the Facebook site as well. Access them either way. Let me know you like them, share them around, they're totally free. Please use them, pass them around. And let me know what you've got on. Send me your results. Yeah, there's no league tables, we're all on different equipment, we're different gearing, we're at different levels. Yeah, I just want to know what you did personally. It's not going to be a vanity exercise like Zwift or Peloton or Strava. Yeah, the only person you're racing is you. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed it and can't wait to hear how you get on with it. Take care. Thank you.